loud. Recording in progress. So, as with all my presentations, if you have a question, stop me and ask. If I go over something too fast, stop me and I'll go over it again. If I go over something that you say, hey, I want that information, I'll probably just have you email me and say, hey, can I get that information? And I'll send it to you. But yeah, any questions that you have, just interrupt me and we'll go over it. I'm not quite sure if this is going to take up the entire hour and a half, but I'm going to try and go slow. And for everybody to come in when they can. And I've taken off that, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm not watching the chat, so if you do send a chat and it is a question, please just unmute yourself, or if you don't feel comfortable, you can put it in the chat, and then if somebody who does feel comfortable, if you want to just unmute yourself and ask that question, that would be great. Otherwise, I do have the bar right there, and I will try and look at the chat. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So a lot of the times I am asked about what programs are available to employees of MiraCosta. Now, I do want to go over kind of what an employee is. So we have permanent employees, and then we have like temp employees, student workers, campus aides, and stuff like that. If you are watching this and you are a student worker, some of these programs you'll have access to with your Surf ID, such as Office. You will sign in and license this as I show you how to do that, how to license the program with your Surf ID and Surf Password. You have access to this as a student, the full version. All permanent employee, of course, have access to everything that I'm going over. And then everyone will be able to access the discounted software that is available, and anyone can purchase this. A lot of people before they retire will come to me and say, hey, I need Office, or I need Adobe. Where can I go to get this without paying, you know, I don't even know what it is, the $800 that Adobe is requiring, or the $200 a month, or I'm not sure what the cost is for Adobe. I know it's fairly expensive. And so I decided to do a workshop that would kind of go over what software is available to you as an employee of MiraCosta. So the first one we're going to talk about is Office. Now, you know, when you have your MCC laptop, Office is available to you on your laptop. And so that is something that you already have built in, but you may not have known it, but you can sign in and use this on your home computers too. And I kind of wanted to go over, am I doing that right now? No, I'm not. So I kind of want to go over what is available to you in Office. So in Office, you have access to a whole lot of stuff. Of course, the core: Teams, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneDrive, and OneNote. Now, let me preface this. No, I don't. Well, I kind of do. If you sign into Office with your employee credentials, and you license Office with your employee credentials, you're getting what you have at work. So if there's any secure documents that you don't want someone to access on your OneDrive or in your Teams, you may want to put that on a computer that no one else is using at home. I just wanted to give that one little caveat. And if you have questions, please let me know. But in Office, you have access to a whole bunch of stuff. Now, when I'm preparing for a workshop, I really delve deep into these type things to find out what we have access to. And there were some things in here that I was like, oh, wow, we have access to that, which is pretty good. It was kind of cool. So all of these items right here, there may be a couple of them that don't work, but you have access to everything in here. I played with the whiteboard, which was really fun. You have to share it with someone, give editing rights, and then you guys can kind of play around with the whiteboard to come up with like doing the what are those called, where you make a circle and then you start outlining different things. Brainstorming, there we go. Brainstorming different ideas with the whiteboard. You have Loop, Planner, Auto, Power, Power Automate. So if you want to start learning Power Automate, you have that available to you. Now, everything that you have available in here, you can have available at home. Just remember, when you sign in and you license your home office, that has everything that is available to you at work. So just make sure that it's on a computer that no one else can access if you want to keep those files confidential, so to speak. So that is Office. Does anybody have any questions on that? That's pretty straightforward. I mean, Office is Office. You get everything. I think I went to all apps. Yeah, there we go. So these ones down here under other apps like ConnexEd, Google, these ones you don't have. Well, this is not Zoom itself, but this is a different one. But these ones down here may not be as accessible. I know I tried Google with my Miracosta username and password, but it didn't work. So it's not connected. But, you know, I think Google has a free account if you want to do something outside of Miracosta. And then all of these guys right up here, all of these things are included. And, you know, I use OneNote all the time. It's my digital notebook. And it started out with like one page and one line. And now it's like this monster. I'm opening it right now so I can show you. It's like this monster of a notebook that I use for everything. And so it grows. Trust me, it grows once you start using it, and then it becomes like your password manager. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so Microsoft is at work, at home. And I'm just going over right now what is available to you. And then the next half hour will be how to license these products. I also will show you where to go to get those discount software. So the next one is Adobe. So in Adobe Creative Cloud, I think I have it open down here. I do not, so I will open it again. So you can license Adobe on a home computer, and everything that is available in here for install, you can install it. Unfortunately, I'll need to double check this, but I don't believe student workers get access to the full version of Adobe, but I will double check that. So if you are a student worker, you are watching this and you want to know, email me, and then I'll find out. But yeah, all you have to do is log in to Creative Cloud, and then okay, so I'm being told that every employee has access to the full version of Adobe. So if you are a student worker You can go home and install this. You just need to sign in. And again, I will show you the second half how to connect to that. So everything in here, as long as it has an install button, if it has a request access, that means you don't have access to it. But anything you need to install, as long as you are an employee of MiraCosta, you have access to this. Any questions so far? Yay. Okay. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is Camtasia and Snagit. Now, if you don't have Camtasia on your work computer or Snagit, and you want Camtasia or Snagit, just put in a help desk ticket and that will be installed for you. And then if you want access to Camtasia or Snagit on a home computer, you just have to email Shannon and she'll send you the product codes to be able to install and use Camtasia, I think. Sorry, my throat was kind of closing up. So I think the latest version that we have is 2023. And if you're wondering how I got here, I just went to tic.miracosta. Let me go to this again. tic.miracosta.edu. I hit enter. This brings you right here. This is the main page for the TIC. You're going to hover over media and technology and come right here to Camtasia and Snagit. And then what you will get is a PDF with a link on where to go to download and a product code. And you just install it from there. And then you have it at home. And then Zoom is the next one. Of course, everyone knows Zoom, but you may not have it on your home computer. So all you have to do is install it at home, and then you can sign into your MiraCosta with your MiraCosta account. If you're working remote or anything like that, and you forget your computer for some reason and you have a bunch of meetings, you can always connect with your meetings from your home computer. And then the next one, which is kind of connected to MiraCosta, they're kind of like in the middle stages right now, is Calendly. Now, if anyone has ever received one of my emails, which I'm sure I've inundated most of your inboxes, I have this link right here that says, please click here to schedule training, or if you have software questions. So this is a Calendly link. So if I click this, it's going to come to Calendly. And of course, it's software training and support. And if I click on this, this is going to come here and it's going to show me when I'm available. So I have nothing today because my calendar is pretty much booked up. But if I click tomorrow, I have a 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 2. Wow, I have a lot of time available tomorrow. About the 15th. Oh, I'm really available tomorrow too, Monday. So then you just find a time, you hit next, you fill out your name, your email, why, and then you schedule it. And the cool thing is it builds in a Zoom link that we meet via Zoom. There's no, how do I meet you and where do I go or anything like that. And you can also add it to your calendar. Because I linked it to Outlook, it creates a calendar event on each side, which I love because sometimes I get a little busy and I forget things, no matter that my watch is going off saying you have a meeting or my phone or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm going to go to Calendly and you just go to Calendly, you click here. And You just log in and get started. Now, if anybody wants to know how to set this up, just book an appointment with me. Book an appointment with me and we'll go through this. It's really helpful for me because I get people who send me an email, hey, can I get some help? Or they Teams me, or they send me chats through Zoom. But having this Calendly there available, it'll automatically book your appointment, and then that time just gets taken out of my Calendly appointment thingy. Okay, so we went over all the work connected software and what's kind of provided in them. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the discounted software that is available to you. So there's two of them. There's Journey Ed, and that is JOURNEYED.com. I like to do select. These sites used to be a lot easier to navigate, but now they've kind of become a little bit more hard to get in. I don't know why, and I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So Journey Ed has all of this software available. I can't even get the bottom part in. So all of this software is available to employees of community colleges or education in a whole. So you can purchase anything in here. But I kind of want to go over the requirements for purchasing from Journey Ed. But Journey Ed is the one that does Adobe, Microsoft, all of these other things. You can do notebook computers. Just remember the computers here. If you've ever looked at like bestbuy.com or Fry's, is Fry's.com still available? I'm not sure if it's available. You'll have 3 different prices for computers. One's called a refurbished computer. What that means is that somebody purchased a computer and something's not working right. And so they send it back, and then that person is told, well, we can't repair it. We're going to send you a new one. Well, that computer now is fixed. Whatever problem it had, it is fixed. So it's then called a refurbished computer. And you see cell phones out there and stuff like that. That's what most of these are. So the other one that, well, let me finish with Journey Ed. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I think it's this one, and go to the FAQs. Here's eligibility, and here's how to become eligible. So you have to send proof of academic status or send your eligibility. Now, I did this a long time ago, but the way that I did it was I ended up sending in my pay stub. I crossed out my social security number, what I made, and all of that stuff. And I sent that in, and that was good enough for them. The other way you purchase from these, so the first thing you do is you find what you want to purchase, you add it to the cart, you pay for it. My suggestion would be to create an account and then go in. You can do it as a guest, or you can create an account. My suggestion would be to create an account, because after you add whatever you want to the cart and you go through the payment process, you then have to circle back around and provide your proof that you are in education, either as a student, as a classified staff, or as a faculty person. They won't let you put in your eligibility before purchasing. It has to be after purchasing. Why? No clue. No clue whatsoever. to me, it seems backwards. It should be you have to show your proof. Then once you are approved to purchase as a person in education, now you can go order whatever it is you want. But perfect world, right? Okay, so now that we have done Journey Ed, and what I like to do is go to journeyed.com select. And the select allows you to it narrows it down to Maricosta. Of course, it doesn't really matter because you still have to send in your thing. But if you're having students do this, it's kind of good to have them go through, because then you can see this guy right down here. So Microsoft Office 365 University is $79.99. Home and student is $139.99, but these are not the correct prices. At least for Journey Ed. I believe Office, go up here to Office. I think it's $39.69. So Microsoft Office 365 for either Mac or Windows. I believe this is a year. Yeah, it's a year subscription is $69.99. And so, it's like $10 less when you go as a education person. I don't know why they have the different prices. Any questions so far? Awesome. Okay, now let's look at the other one. So the other one is collegebuys.org. And this is only for Adobe. Oh, and they changed it on me again. Let me do, it's store, not purchasing. Store. .collegebuys.com. A little bit different. So now you get to buy. So also, if you have students who have a hard time with getting internet, they provide internet also. So connect anywhere, anytime. That's for phone service, but then they have internet, mobile internet. And I think it's just mobile internet, like for cell phones or something. So they have that, and then they have Adobe. So only those two things. And definitely, if you want to buy Adobe, it's best to go through College Buys, because you get 6 months of Adobe for $49.99. And the year is $99.99. Compared to whatever it is from Adobe. I think it's like $30 a month if you go through Adobe. I think it's $39.99. I think I'm grasping at straws here, but I think right around 30. So if you get 6 months for $49.99, that's totally worth it. And you get all the Adobe products. And Camtasia, you can also purchase Camtasia. I think that's from Journey Ed though. Yeah, that's from Journey Ed. And I have all these links here because it would take me like 15 minutes just to find this page. Camtasia is expensive. So the 23 student bundle is $100, where you get Camtasia and Snagit. So it's $100, $97.95. But these programs are out there. But if you don't know that they're out there, it's really hard to find, because you do a search, discounted software, and you get millions of links. And then when you go and you start investigating them, they're not really discounted. So after years and years of working in the computer lab and having all of these resources to students and going over this all the time with students, I just have become to know them very well. So I wanted to pass that knowledge on. All right. Oh, perfect. 4 minutes left. So now we're going to move on to the next segment, which is how to download and install all of these different things. Do we have any questions before we go on? I know I keep asking, I'm a broken record with questions, but I just want to make sure that no one is sitting there going, well, what about this? Well, what about that? And so I want to encourage questions. So, okay, let's continue. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about before we go on, is Copilot. So if you go to, I think it's copilot.microsoft.com. I'm already logged in. Let me see if I can log out, sign up. It's getting there. Beautiful. And then I'm going to close this. Let's see if I can't get it to go right. So copilot.microsoft.com. Okay, so I can hit sign in here. It's going to ask for my MiraCosta email. Hopefully it'll work. I think I went to the right place. I think I did. And then you're going to log in with your username and password. Sure. And then when you use Copilot on the web, you are protected. So your personal and company data are protected. Now, this is already done for you. You just have to launch any browser on any device, any tablet, computer, phone, I think. Sorry, I'm reading a message really quick. And after I said I'm not watching messages, yes. So this is protected here. So when you do a search of any kind, I don't know how many of you have used an AI companion, such as Chat GTP is another one, and I'm sure there's other ones out there. But Joan, you've used one. So I like it because I will write up a sentence that just doesn't quite look right to me, and I can pop it into Copilot and it'll reword it for me. Does this sentence sound okay to have food and drinks at the party? And I can click here and it's going to redo it for me. And so it takes the guesswork out of things. I like it. I'm a horrible writer. I'm a horrible speller. So anything that will help me with that is part of my family. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, Copilot is really cool. Anytime you want to plunk in a paragraph that you have that sounds good, but you're not quite sure, Copilot will reread it, redo it for you. So
I have a question, Jill. Sorry to interrupt.
sure, go ahead.
Can you go back to the screen where it says Chat GPT Turbo? Did I miss that part? There's a
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. I don't think it's that I go back. I think I need to reload the page. Let me see. There it is. So what is the difference between these two? I don't know. Maybe a
A lot of
slider.
people
It's a
will
little
not see
slider.
these options. Be very careful here. There's different levels of Copilot. Jill, as a trainer, has a more advanced version. So when you log in, you may not see these options.
Gotcha. So I don't know if you were able to hear him or not, but he said that because I am a trainer, I have a different level. And so I do have this. When you log in as a non-trainer, you may not see this down here.
You'll still have the three types, but they won't explicitly say that you're using the latest model, which is GPT-4, and you won't have the turbo or the other one. You'll still have very similar functionality and you'll get very similar results. It's just we're paying quite a bit extra for Jill to experiment and play with this. And
Yeah.
it's not feasible for staff to have that level of access. It's very expensive.
Okay, thank you.
No
And it
problem.
doesn't look like you can upload a document into your question either in the question box.
Jill, click on notebook in the
Oh.
top left. Jill, click on notebook in the top left.
Yeah. Oh, right here. Oh, no,
No,
that's new.
no, but you
Oh,
can
so
paste in
yeah,
a lot more information here than you can in the other one. So maybe not a document per se, but you could definitely paste in the contents of quite a bit of a document there.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
no problem. I didn't know that was there. So, when you're learning, it's constant. It's a constant learning environment.
And that does bring up a good point. This is completely fluid. I mean, things come and go. This is all bleeding edge. It's not even cutting edge. It's beyond that. So don't expect your results will vary. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for chiming in on that. Okay, let's go to, okay, so that was that. Now what I want to talk about is how do you access as an employee Word at home or Adobe or Camtasia Snagit or Zoom or Calendly or all of the different software we have. So when you go to, and I'm going to go the whole way, meaning that I'm going to go from Okta. So I'm going to go to okta.maricosta.edu. And in Okta, I'm going to look for this Office 365 portal. And when I click on that, it's going to give me the normal portal that you saw earlier where I was. I was here, which had these guys, this toolbar over here. But if you look in the top right-hand corner, there's this install and more. And if you noticed earlier, I clicked on this and went to explore your apps. So I can see all the different apps that were available in Office. So if you click right here, this is going to bring you to this page. I think I was on this page, but this one's fine too. And you can click on Install Office, and that's going to give you access to all of these guys. Now, remember, when you license this is going to license it as your MiraCosta Office product. So that means anything connected to your work will now be on your home computer. So if you have sensitive files or folders in there that you don't want anyone to access, make sure it's on a computer that no one else has access to. And then you can go ahead and hit that install button. Depending on the browser you use, or if you have a Mac or a PC, the install is going to come right here. You just click on this and it's going to start that install. It's going to automatically detect what operating system you have, what type of computer it is, all of that stuff. So you really don't need to worry about that. Once it gets installed, wait, I have Word open right here. Oh, that's gonna, once it gets installed, let me pull this up. There we go. It's gonna pop up with a, actually, you know what? I can show you this. Let me go to, which one do I want to take over? It will, and I'll show you this really quick because I just did. Right about here. And let me expand this. This is what the page is going to look like. So after you install it, doing what I just showed you, and you open it for the first time on a computer, it's going to come up with this sign in to get started with Word. Now, as the little thingy, well, that doesn't say, I think I say it in the video that once you sign in to one of these, I always like using Word. It's the easiest one to do. So once you sign into one of these, it's going to carry over to all of these programs. So you only need to sign in once. I put this note here saying that if you do use the web version of OneDrive, you may be required to sign in to that each time, but it's not a licensed product. It is a licensed product with Office, but it's not like installed on your computer. It's a web-based thing. And then actually, I can actually play this, see if it goes fast enough. So the next thing it's going to do is it's going to ask for your email address. You're going to go ahead and put that in. Of course, this is tailored towards students, so that's why I have the student information there. And then once you do that, let me get past this. You do that, and then you'll get this one saying, yes, you have to click on OK. And then that goes into more install, and then you click on next. And then in the Office, you'll see your email address there. And then once you see your email address over here, you'll see the apps and stuff over here. And that is how you download, install, and license Office. And anyone who wants to watch this video, of course, it is tailored toward students, can find that right here under the student resources, student help desk, or sorry, not student, student technical support and information, Office 365 and email. And then right here, how to install the desktop apps. Of course, again, it is tailored toward students. So anytime you're asked to sign in, you just want to put in your MiraCosta username and password. Again, student workers may not have access to the full version under their employee username and password. So you would sign in, you would follow this to a T with your Surf ID. Okay, any questions? Awesome. Okay, so now let's look at Adobe, how to download and install Adobe. So Adobe Creative Cloud, all I did here was Google download Adobe Creative Cloud. And once you download Adobe Creative Cloud, it's going to come up to here and it's going to ask you to sign in. I can actually sign out of everything. It might take me a second, just so you can see what it looks like. So after downloading and installing Adobe, the Creative Cloud, sorry, I'm slurring my words everywhere. After you download Adobe Creative Cloud, it's going to come up to this. If anyone has ever used Adobe Sign, it looks exactly the same. And from here, I'm just going to put in my MiraCosta email address. I'm going to always put company or school, always. And then it may or may not take me to, yes, it did. Took me to Okta, so now I need to sign in. I think I got that wrong, though. I did. And then you'll have to do the push. And then once you do all of that, it's going to load the Adobe Creative Cloud. And then any app that you have down below that you want to install on your computer. Now, just remember, these are large applications. So if you don't have a large hard drive or something, it's up to you on what you want to install. So now this process, this whole process that I'm doing right now may take a little time on your computer. So just be patient with it. Let it install all the apps and everything. Because as you can see, I was just signed into it. I signed out and then I signed right back in. And it's taking a little bit of time to load all those apps. So if you are working on a computer that is never signed into Adobe Creative Cloud, it may take a little bit longer. So then it will come up, and then to install any of these apps, you just click on install. And that's it. And then any apps that you have installed will show up here. They'll show that there's an update available, and you can come right over here and see where the update is. This again goes with the same thing. If you are connecting this with your MiraCosta username and password, it's going to have access to any, well, not necessarily work. Let's see what files are in here. Unless you store your files in here, it shouldn't have much as far as work files in there. So it's not as connected as Office, but still you want to make sure that you are keeping it secure. Okay, so we went over Microsoft, Adobe, Camtasia. Again, for home use, you are going to request from Shannon McIntyre a copy. You want Camtasia and Snagit software for home usage, and she will send you an email with a PDF with both Camtasia and Snagit, the link in which to download the software, and then in that same file will be the product code. And then Zoom, of course, we're just going to go to, now remember, if you have questions, please let me know, unmute me and let me know. Zoom. You're gonna go to Zoom. And then you are going to, and there's probably, and you're staring me in the face, someplace where you can download Zoom. Might be at the bottom. Let's go down to the bottom. Oh wait, download. So download the Zoom app. So you can download the Zoom app onto your, it's not going to show me my Zoom app because I'm in Zoom. Let me see if I can't take a picture of it. Go to settings. There. Hopefully you guys can see this. Can you see this window? Or do you just see the background? No. Okay. So someone's telling me no, that you can't see it. So if any of you, I'm sure most of you use the Zoom app that is installed on your computer. You're just going to hit this Zoom app. I wonder, I don't think. So it's this guy right here. You'll get this on your computer. You'll open it up. It's going to give you the, let me see if I can show you. If I go to, let me go to my account and then sign out. Sign out. I'm sure you all have gone through this, but I always like to make sure that you are seeing everything. When you get to the sign in part, you are not going to sign in with an email address and a password. That is, I know when the pandemic first hit, we were using email addresses and passwords, but we don't do that anymore. We come right down here to SSO. You're going to click on that SSO, or a better way, even yet, is to go to, well, no, that's to get onto Zoom. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I have too many over. Okay, so the SSO for this is miracosta-edu. So what I was thinking is you can access Zoom from Okta, but that's only the web version of Zoom. If you want to download and install the Zoom app on your computer, you're going to have to sign in this way. And it's going to ask for a company domain. And the company domain is miracosta-edu. And don't get upset if you do miracosta.edu. Every time I sign in, at least once, I do the dot. So, and then you're going to hit continue. And then this is going to come, it should take you to Okta to sign in, but because I am signed in already, it'll do that. Okay, that's Zoom. Calendly. I have a Calendly account, but let's go try and see how to sign in. So here's Calendly. I'm going to do log. Oh, yeah, it already has me log in. Let me log out. Yeah. And then I'm going to log in. Hopefully it'll make me go through everything. Are you going? Yeah, you're going. There we go. So I'm going to put my Maricosta email address in here. And then that normally would take me to Okta and have me sign in. So, but this time, because I just logged out, it's going to automatically log me back in. But normally you would go through Okta and then it would ask you the same thing as when you were logging into Office. Do you want to stay signed in? Is this the email you want to use? And that's how you log into Calendly. Okay. Okay, Copilot, we talked about logging into that. I can go over that one more time. That's just copilot.maricosta.edu. And you have that protected only on the web. If you do work, I guess you're unprotected at work. Do the web, I guess, when you're searching the web, because you can search, find me pictures. Let's see what it does. You gonna give me pictures? Or are you just gonna rearrange it? Oh, it gives me links, I think. There we go. There's some pictures of a pug. Just one. Oh, there we go. Patience. Patience. I don't have any patience. So here are all the pictures, not all, of course, there's millions of websites with pugs. But here are a lot of, it looks like it gives you a synopsis of what a pug is. Huh, that's cool. So being able to search online, I'm protected. All right, so let's, any questions before I move on?
Hi, Jill. This is Danielle. I have a question about the Copilot. Is it possible to link it with our Outlook email and use it like, I don't know, editor for emails? Is that possible? Thank you.
Not at this time. You can come here, you can draft your email and then copy and paste into this notebook right here and have it kind of look at your writing, but you can't have it in Outlook right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Thanks for coming, Joan. I think I missed her. Any other questions? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is I'm going back to the discounted software and how you get your product codes, get your install links. They used to send CDs to you with the program on it. But now that they've gone, with subscriptions and digital and stuff like that, they don't send you the CDs anymore. So as I told you, as you go into Journey Ed and you purchase whatever it is that you want and you pay for it, make sure you create an account and then you provide your proof, and then they're going to send you an email that has not only your link to download the software, but the product code needed to register that software. That is going to be the same for that's going to be for Microsoft. For Adobe, it may be a little different because you have to have a product code for Adobe, but then you have to register with Adobe. So you have both of those on either end. You'll have your product code, but then you need to register with Adobe. And then of course, if you request Camtasia or Snagit, you'll have the link and the product code right there. And that's it. I am out of stuff. I tried to go really slow, keep it very even, and get through, an hour and a half, but unfortunately I did not. I may cut this down to not 3 half-an-hour segments, but maybe 3 20-minute segments or 15-minute segments. Because I don't think I've reached the end of any one of my workshops. But Does anybody have any questions? All right, well, if you have, so I am recording this, so anybody who wants more information or would like to walk through anything of any of the items that I have displayed today, please reach out to me and we will connect. I am going to stop the recording. I'm going to stop share.